AIDS is what homosexuals have.
Scientists at the National Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta today released the results of a study which shows that the lifestyle of some male homosexuals has triggered an epidemic of a rare form of cancer.
More lives claimed, victims claimed than toxic shock and Legionnaire's disease combined. And yet most of the country doesn't know about this cancer.
Why?
Well, I think it's because it's a gay cancer.
The condition severely weakens the body's ability to fight disease. Many victims get a rare form of cancer called Kaposi sarcoma. Others get an infection known as pneumocystis.
It was devastating, you know. At that time I was 29 years old. To be told that I had cancer was it just turned me around.
Nobody knows what causes it, and nobody knows how to cure it. The best theory is that we blame a retrovirus, the human immunodeficiency virus. Its presence is made known to us by the useless antibodies which appear in reaction to its entrance into the bloodstream through a cut or an orifice. The antibodies are powerless to protect the body against it. Why? We don't know. The body's immune system ceases to function. Sometimes the body even attacks itself. At any rate, it's left open to a whole horror house of infections from microbes it usually defends against, like Kaposi sarcomas.
There are more whys. Why just certain geographic areas? Why just certain groups? And most frightening, the possibility that the virus can be transmitted from person to person, virtually a contagious form of cancer.
You are raising the possibility that people are dismissing it because it strikes mostly the gay community?
There is no question in my mind, if this were happening to you in the white, straight, middle-class community, it would have been attended to a long time ago.
717 with a question: is the deadly disease AIDS now a health threat to the general population?
The government today tried to reassure people that there's no evidence AIDS is breaking out into the general population.
Federal health officials consider it an epidemic, yet you rarely hear a thing about it. At first, it seemed to strike only one segment of the population. Now, Barry Peterson tells us this is no longer the case.
It's a disease first detected in the gay community that has now spread beyond that. A disease experts are now calling a national epidemic.
By 1985, almost everybody I knew was dead or dying. We lost 20,000 people in this town.
Researchers here at the National Centers for Disease Control said they had found several cases where people who had been sex partners both had the condition. The scientists say this probably means they are dealing with some new, deadly, sexually transmitted disease.
This deadly disease finally got a name: human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. Now, this was long before the days of any life-saving drug cocktails. And for victims of this disease, chances of survival, slim.
Because you can call it any damn thing you want, Roy, but what it boils down to is very bad news.
You know, it has been 30 years since the first published report of the disease that would come to be known as HIV/AIDS.
We went through hell here, and it was a hell that lasted a very long time, took from us some of our best and brightest people, but we endured and we continue, and I'm very proud to be part of that.
I came down with this disease. I found this button, and it absolutely reflected my position. You know, I may be down, but I'm not out.
For Bobby Campbell, it is a race against time. How long before he and others who have this disease finally have answers, finally have the hope of a cure?